I have, I can't stop smiling because I have the absolute cutest story that I want to share with you guys about a meet cute, a beautiful scene where two people meet, and it's such a rom-com style kind of movie scene, but it's not from a movie. It's from an actual client of mine, the way she met her twin flame. And the reason why I want to share this particular story, even though every twin flame story is very cute in the way twin flames meet, the way their dynamics are, but this one in particular, because it really shows how twin flames genuinely have the same thoughts. So if you are in a state of doubt, I want you to hear this story because this will put your mind at ease and let you know that your twin flame feels the exact same way about you. I'm going to call this story about Samantha and Greg. These are not their names, but I'm just choosing random names, okay? Samantha was in her hometown, and one day she decided to go to the beach. She didn't feel like going, but she took her dog, which she thought was going to be just for 2 minutes. Like, I'm just gonna go. She wasn't feeling really great. So she decides to go to the beach. And at this beach is where she meets Greg. Now, Greg, he was camping at the beach. He was on a road trip, I think for like 17 hours, and he was on his way. So he was on his way home, I think it was. And he decided to stop there at this beach, and she meets him. Now, mind you, she wasn't interested in getting in talking to anybody, but they start talking. They talked for 2 hours, and all of a sudden her dog takes off and she has to go run after the dog. And unfortunately, she did not get Greg's number. And on the way home, she was like, man, I really wish I got Greg's number. Now, mind you, I told this story yesterday to some of my girlfriends, and I started crying as I was explaining this because Pisces new moon is getting people in their feels. So I'm going to try not to cry while I explain this part, but it's super cute. So she goes home and she's like, man, I really wish that I got Greg's number. Why didn't I ask for his number? You know, she's kind of kicking herself in the butt about it. And all of a sudden she goes, maybe I should just make a Tinder and see if I can find him on there. So she creates a Tinder. She downloads Tinder, creates his profile. She goes on there. I'm sorry, I'm already getting my feels. It's just so cute. It's like serendipity. It totally reminds me of the movie Serendipity in its own, in like a modern version. So she downloads it. She sees him. The third person she swipes on, it's him. And in his bio, it says, I'm looking for Samantha. I'm sorry. I'm such a hopeless romantic. Okay, I can't stop smiling. Look at this, I'm cheesing. Okay. She then gets a message from him and says, no way this worked. I downloaded Tinder just to see if I could find you. So she thought of the same plan, the same idea that he thought, because twin flames genuinely have the same thoughts. I've experienced this with my twin flame, and it's crazy when you're thinking something and then they say it and you're like, wait, did I say that out loud or something? Yeah. So then he invited her to come by the camping site to go hang out with her, to hang out with him, and she goes. And all of a sudden it's 3 a.m. They're talking for hours and hours and hours, but she thought that it was kind of casual, friendly, like she didn't feel like he was interested in her. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the night, he decides to say, is it okay if I kiss you? And she says no. And she's like, why did I say that? Because, you know, higher self took over. But ego's like, oh my God, why did I do that? Why did I do that? That was supposed to happen. So she goes home and she's like, why didn't I kiss him? Why? And she goes, well, and she thinks to herself, I'll just message him in the morning to see if he's still there. All of a sudden, she wakes up the next morning. She gets a message from him. Then she asked, like, oh, are you still there? He then even told her, I was waiting hours and I was hoping that you'd wake up and message me. So here she was thinking, I hope that he messages me in the morning, or maybe he'll message me in the morning. And he was waiting for her to message him. Twin flames think the same thoughts. So to my divine feminines, because I know in my group there were a lot of divine feminines yesterday, they're all having this like contemplation, like, I don't know, sometimes I feel delulu. What if he doesn't feel the same way about me? Because some divine feminines have not had confirmation that they feel the same way, that the divine masculine feels the same way. And if you are a divine masculine watching this video, I want you to know your divine feminine feels the exact same way about you. No matter how many weeks months, years go by. Your divine feminine, your divine masculine feels the exact same way about you. Pisces new moon, energies, emotions are coming through. But it's true. And I feel like a lot of people's fears get in the way. We start thinking like, oh my God, but what if they don't? What if they don't feel? But you know within your heart, because you can tell by the way they express their feelings to you. You can tell by the way they express their emotions, how open they are and vulnerable they are with you, with how they interact with you, with how scared they get sometimes, with how nervous they are, with how you just know. And the way you communicate with each other, it's like the same. It's like you're talking to yourself, you're reading each other's minds. And you have that inner knowing for a reason. And you've never had this feeling about anyone else, but you know that that person feels the same way. So stop being scared and lead with your heart. Listen to your heart. Feel into your heart. It's beautiful. I'm sorry, I can't get over it. That story is adorable. So, thanks to Samantha for coming to me yesterday. Her name's not really Samantha. And sharing such a beautiful story. And I will share another story about her, an experience where she kind of has a hard time forgiving him for not disclosing personal information, but I will talk about that in a separate video on why divine masculines do this, and it's not to hurt us, okay? But I want to share this video with you because divine feminines and divine masculines have a hard time thinking or believing that we feel the same way about each other, but you just know. And this is exactly why you have to trust your heart and your intuition. This journey is about transcending the ego. It's about transcending the mind and listening to your heart always, always. Having faith always, and trusting that it's not about being delusional. It's about what your intuition is telling you. It's telling you something for a reason. Oh, my right ear is ringing as I'm saying this. What confirmation? Like, I'm not even kidding. That struck me so hard. Your divine masculine feels the same exact way. And there's no need to doubt. Even if they haven't explicitly told you, like, I love you, I'm crazy about you, you just know. The way they look at you, the way they talk to you, the way they say things, do things, you just know. You can't explain it to anyone else. You just know. So trust your higher self, trust your intuition. That is all. Thank you.